So I had this question on the trading room and I just wanted to go through it because I think it could be something that helps a lot of newbie traders. So I'm going to grab a cup of tea and let's get chatting. So the question that I had from a DM in the trading room was, "Hi John, can you give me some advice on starting out? I've been trading for 1 year now. I currently have all the pairs that I look at on the charts and I'm back and forth and I feel I'm not really getting a true grip on the markets. Would you suggest that I just concentrate on 2 to 3 pairs and try to really understand how those pairs trade? And if so, what pairs would you suggest?" So I think this is a really good question. I think this is probably a question that a lot of beginner traders have on their minds. It was certainly something that I had to think about in my personal journey with trading. The first kind of problem that this person was having was the fact that they've been trading for a year, they're not really seeing much success. I think a year is a very, very early sort of time to consider the fact that you should be making money in trading. It's a very difficult market to get into. It's a very difficult thing to try and do from a professional standpoint. A lot of people that get into the retail side of trading often have other things going on in their lives. They often have jobs, they often have part-time jobs, maybe they have family commitments and things like that. So they don't have a lot of time to dedicate themselves to the markets on a day-to-day basis. So I think putting a little bit of pressure on yourself there by saying, "I've only been trading for a year, I'm not really seeing much progress." I think let's just put the brakes on a little bit and just say that is very early in the game. You know, you need to be doing this for years really before I think you get a solid grasp of what trading really is and how the markets work in general. Watching price action on a day-to-day basis is going to be how you really learn how certain pairs move, how the market moves in general. That's really going to help you. The only way you're going to do that is by putting hours in. So a year in, I think it's actually very young in the game. I feel like maybe if you haven't made any money over a 3 to 4 year period, that's when you really need to consider the fact that maybe there's something that has to change. And you may think that's extreme, 3 to 4 years, and you're not making anything out of it. But a lot of these people have been in the game for decades, and sometimes even they slip up. Some great traders, even like Jesse Livermore, fantastic trader back in the day, went bankrupt a couple of times. So just put that into sort of context there. Now, I responded with a few things that I just thought was something that kind of helped me in my own personal journey. So I thought I'd share that with you today. The first thing, kind of mentioned it before, but it's about thinking about trading as a long-term game, not a short-term game. I think that trading in general is difficult. You need to consider this thing as something you build up slowly over a long period of time rather than the get rich quick. Very easy to do that. Social media has kind of influenced people into thinking that it's very easy to do, that it's very easy to make money. It's very difficult. And I think that that's one thing that we need to understand. The second thing is what I would say, if you are a beginner and you're struggling, let's try and set out a defined trading strategy. I think a lot of beginners first will go and try everything, which isn't a bad thing to do. Go and try everything, go and test everything first. The brilliant way to do that is just get a demo account. It's free. You don't have to put any of your own personal money into this. You won't necessarily feel the emotions of trading with that because your mind just tells you that it's not real. But you can still see how the market moves from a day-to-day basis. You can still see how the market reacts from certain strategies that you'll be testing. Third thing I should really say, once you have understood that this is a long-term thing and understood that you should have a clear edge, clear trading strategy in the market, is understand why you're going to get into the market in the first place. So one of the key point away from this question was the fact that they're looking at all the pairs, okay? And I was doing that at the same time. Sometimes I'll just sit there, I'll just click through the button, going down on the arrow, going through each currency pair. Trying to find opportunities. That's not the way this works. I think you need to try and find opportunities before you even get to the charts. So from a fundamental strength and weakness background, you need to understand why a market is moving in the first place. a lot of the times that can be down to just what's going on with regards to interest rates. We've seen a lot of movement in the markets for the past couple of years from the fact that the Federal Reserve were talking about hiking rates previously. They then followed through with hiking rates, and then we saw now a switch that they might be talking about cutting rates, and that is having an impact on the markets. So understanding what the central banks are doing can be pretty fundamental in what happens in the currency markets. So what I would say is understand a little bit of the fundamentals first, then understand maybe a little bit of strength and weakness to help guide you a little bit, and then understand your why. Why do you want to be in that market in the first place? I've recently been trading sort of Kiwi yen long. I've been looking at sort of Aussie Swiss longs and dollar Swiss longs. And the reason being is because I don't see the Federal Reserve, for one, cutting rates just yet. So I think that they're actually going to hold rates at a higher level for longer. That could influence a little bit of dollar strength in the market. I'm looking for that opportunity to buy dollars. From a yen point of view, I think the yen's going to get a little bit weaker. We're seeing weakness flood the market of the yen at the moment. So I want to try and capitalize on that. Kiwi has been fairly strong recently. We had some hawkish comments out of the RBNZ. So I like the idea of potentially going Kiwi yen long. So that is a fundamental reason. The conditions then have to match. So that's where your technical analysis comes in. That's probably the easiest thing to pick up in trading is technical analysis. There are countless amount of videos out there on price action trading. I've even got price action 101 that you can see just here. And if you watch that video, I'll take you through a breakdown of price action trading, but that is only a piece of the puzzle. So to answer this question, I think a good thing to do if you are a beginner trader and you've only been trading for a year and you're not really seeing the results is why don't you go and understand that it's a long-term gain, understand that you need an edge, a strategy in the market that is proven to work from back-tested data and live data with a demo account. And then you want to look at the why. Why do you want to be in that market in particular? That can be a huge influence, especially when you are looking to maybe hold positions for longer as well. So it can be a huge influence there. Should you then come out of that? So she said, actually, can I just look at 2 or 3 pairs? Absolutely. That is absolutely a good idea. Come away from all those currency pairs. The way I do it is by highlighting currencies, fundamentals, strength and weakness. I then create a watch list using my currency strength meter and heat map, which you've probably already seen if you are a subscriber here at Blueberry Markets. And then I look to basically create my watch list and just look at those pairs within my watch list. That's how I gain my edge in the market. So hopefully, if you are a new trader, don't be too discouraged. I think that if you are only in a year in, then you can still get better at this. There's still time to learn. There's still time to gain all that knowledge. Think about where you're going to be in 5 years rather than in just 1 year. So thank you for watching this video update. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that subscribe button if you're new. If you want to come and ask me a question, head over to the VIP trading room on Blueberry Markets. You can come and ask me a direct message and it will come straight through to me. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you soon.